For the second tutorial in the Mastering Anima series, we look at how to add animated characters to stairs, escalators and moving walkways. The reference geometry has already been exported from 3ds Max and opened in Anima. For more information about this process, see our detailed workflow tutorial. The existing groups and actors were added as part of this introductory tutorial. To make this lesson clearer, temporarily hide these layers by clicking on the icon next to each group in the Project Editor panel. Next, create a new group, rename it Stairs and Escalators, and select the animation track. Adding stairs offers a good opportunity to explore Anima's ability to sequence different types of actor behaviour. For example, in most cases you'll want your characters to approach the stairs from somewhere and walk to a new destination at the other end. Adding a sequence like this is very straightforward. Click on the Add Spline Path tool, then click a starting point in the viewport. Next, click the Add Stair Path tool and click in front of the first step. To complete the stair path, click just after the flight of stairs on the lower landing. Now select the stair path in the project editor and open the properties. Here you'll find settings to adjust the width of the stairs and the number of steps. In this flight, for example, there are 14 rises. Once this value has been set, it's necessary to adjust the start and end points so that the stairs path closely matches the reference geometry. To add the other flights, simply repeat this process. Click on the Add Stair Paths button and click twice to add a new flight of stairs. Note that Anima will automatically add a spline path for the landing. Change the number of steps, the width, and then fine-tune the placement. New paths can be added at any point in the sequence using the Append and Add Before menus accessed by right-clicking on a path layer in the project editor. Add the final flight using this menu by right-clicking on the last stairs layer in the project editor and going to Append and then Stair. Click twice and adjust the properties as before. Finally, we'll add a spline to the end of the sequence to lead the characters off to the left. To add actors, drag a new clone modifier to the animation layer and add some characters from the Actors tab. In the cloner's properties, change the clone number to 20. We now need a similar animation on the right-hand side of the staircase. To avoid having to go through all those steps again and to save time, the existing animation sequence can be cloned. Simply right-click on the animation layer and click Clone. To move everything over to the right, select the paths by holding down Ctrl and clicking on each layer. Sometimes, to improve viewport performance when manipulating large numbers of people, it helps to temporarily switch the display to bounding box mode and turn off collisions. Then move the paths by dragging them in the viewport, paying particular attention to ensure that the stairs align correctly. Make any adjustments required. In this example, change the path at the top of the stairs so that the characters approach from the right-hand side. Adding escalators is done in a similar way, but these objects have a few additional parameters. Start by creating a new spline path and then click Add Escalator Path. Click on the ground floor to start the escalator and on the first floor to place the end. The order is important. If the start point is below the end point, the escalator will automatically animate the treads going upwards. If the opposite is true, the escalator's direction will be set to down. With the escalator roughly in position, we'll change some properties. The width property lets you pick from 600, 800 and 1000 mm presets or select any measurement in free mode. Below that you have inclination, which allows you to pick from a free mode or standard angles of 10, 12, 25 and 35 degrees. There's also an option of 0 degrees that can be used to create moving walkways. Next we have speed and the length of the flat section at the beginning and end of the escalator. Adjust these settings to ensure the escalator fits the reference geometry, then add a spline for the characters to follow when leaving. For the down escalator, follow the same procedure, this time adding the start point on the first floor and the end on the ground floor. Add a cloner modifier to both escalators and choose your actors. The animation is now ready to import back into the source scene. Turn collisions back on and then save the file. Open 3ds Max or Cinema 4D. Go to Import and select the file and click Open. Alternatively, if the .ani file has previously been imported, you can select any character, go to the settings and click Reload and the scene will be updated. Stay tuned for the next instalment of the Mastering Anima series, in which we'll explore techniques for adding and editing the behaviour of groups of standing and seated characters.